The day gives way to the evening, and light recedes into darkness. What was once so bright and beautiful is cast in black, no defining detail to be seen. The nothing, the shadow, the night. As with everything in life, there is a balance that must be upheld. Without darkness, there can be no light, and without light, there would be no need for darkness. Look within, hold hands with the shadow, and allow it to take you to a realm of existence most are too frightened to enter. Into the mist the shadow calls you. A hand reaches forward to greet you into this new plane, and the shadows inch forward. To fully appreciate these ideas, that there is a need for both, what is found in the darkness is unable to be found in the light. It is imperative to the path that one explores this side of self in order to fully grow spiritually. Run from the shadow, and it's sure to find you, eventually. Those that walk the path of light will eventually, at one point or another along their journey, find themselves in the darkness. It is inevitable that this will happen. Life just kind of works out that way. No one among us lives a purely charmed life, and instead of fighting and clawing your way out of it, I implore you to sit with it and allow the darkness to bestow upon you its gifts. Like a twig caught in a small creek, just float, allowing the wisdom of the shadows to educate you. Shadow work is not for the faint of heart. You're not going to like it. It's heavy work, and it will hurt. I highly suggest preparing to face your own demons, and your own truest reflection, warts and all. For it is in the shadows that we see our purest self reflected back to us in the nothing. Only your deepest self is shown to you in the shadow, and this is a starting point to real growth. The darkness will show you what you need to work on, your toxic traits, and what areas of your life causes the ones you love the most pain. This work is for those that want to shed all aspects of self that are holding you back, shedding light in the dark and giving you a path forward. Do not judge what you find here. Do not cast hate upon your shadow self, as it is you, after all, on your deepest, most personal level. It is the self that we hide away from strangers, the self that lies awake at night, staring at your walls, tearing apart your day. The self that lives in the moments that judges others and takes away happiness from our souls and our loved ones. It is the self that cheats and steals and lies and gossips and sticks its fingers in other people's honey jars. But do not judge the shadow self. It only feeds its toxic spiral that can be found when one is unbalanced. With love, the shadow self learns to adjust and reposition, realigning with the light and joining forces to create good within existence. Balance. It comes first as a whisper, like it's your own thoughts. Floating in your mind like a feather, guidance from the shadow self begins to appear the moment you invite it in. A window left open at night, a walk down the trail at dusk, a candle left by a window at midnight, a black cat snuggled down softly on your bed. The shadow needs very little effort to be invited into the home, so do be careful with how much you ask for, and be wary that not all shadows you invite in may be for good. Some shadows may be stronger than you first believe. This is a task that asks a great deal of energy, not only from the witch asking, but from the energetic abyss that is the shadow realm. Stones, amulets, candles, satchels of protective herbs may be used to ward off shadows that are at the borders of your ritual work that mean to do you harm. Be prepared to feel fatigued after doing shadow work. It is energy work that takes a lot from someone. But, much like a wound may be painful at first, it will eventually heal, leaving a scar as a lesson learned. Battle scars and all, do take your time when entering and exiting meditative states when used for the purpose of shadow work. Unlike that of an intendedly relaxing meditative session, meditation used for the purpose of shadow work are oftentimes more taxing on the physical self, and one can become more tired or sore after visiting the shadow realms. You may experience what feels like a depressive episode after shadow work, but this is just your subconscious way of processing the lessons the shadows have given you. Writing and then reflecting on your thoughts and reactions to these lessons will be helpful in decoding them. Automatic writing or drawing are also good ways to allow the mind to process this work. You may also notice that your dreams have gotten stranger or darker. Noting these down and revisiting them later are also a possible way. The more honest you are with yourself, the more you will gain from this practice. Asking the shadows for help will take a promise to yourself that you will work through these lessons that they show you in the dark. Sit with the silence and allow your mind to wander into the dark, deeper and deeper, till the light completely fades from view. Float along the nothing, allowing each thought to pass without judgment. With the intent of gaining knowledge from the shadows, ask the nothing to show you the parts of self that need to be healed, allowing the nothing to give you the answers that you seek. The longer you sit, the more will bubble up from the surface. Demons and childhood traumas raise from the nothing, and oftentimes what you find out there will leave you in tears and breathless. But this work is crucial in becoming whole. Facing the darkest parts of yourself will allow you to tear them down and rebuild. You may feel lost or disconnected from the rest of the world after working on these ideas. You may find that normal conversations bore you, and what should make sense doesn't make sense at all. The universe unravels as it should, and in due time, all answers are revealed. In order to grow, the shadows and the skeletons in your closet have to be unpacked and dealt with. You may find that you are closing doors and hermiting from the world. Give yourself time to respect the process and be still in the silence as you unravel. What we gain from time in the shadows is a chance to rest in the shade of the tree of reality, ever growing, lumbering over all life. We fumble with our messy little human hands and forget that we are made of stars. You have been given a chance to have both light and dark, both day and night. So why not explore both and get a balanced perspective on the whole experience?